Welcome back to Drawing with Mrs. Mills. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're excited for Animal Week. This week we've done a turtle and we did some birds, but we did them in a cartoony style. So I thought today I'd show you a little bit more realistic style. And for this you're going to need a pencil and some paper, and we are going to be drawing a cat. So we are going to start with kind of using the basic shapes of the cat. And we're going to start with his head. So you're going to start with a shape that's sort of a circle, but a little pointier on the bottom. Like so. And it's okay if it's sketchy. Then you're going to come from the middle and go down into the cat's paws. This is his front legs. Her front legs. I know that doesn't look much like a cat right now. We're going to then add in the back legs like this, and just a little swoop of the tail, and the beginning of the ears. So those are going to be coming off the head like this and then swoop down. So just with those simple shapes you start to get the feel for what your cat's going to look like. This shape is going to come down into his front paws, and we're going to separate them like this. And then the paws sort of bump up. When I was little, I loved to draw cats. I used to get out the encyclopedia and look up lots of pictures of cats and draw every single one of them. They were my favorite. All right, so you can see this basic shape of our cat looking really good. And some of that's, we got this overlap, the front legs over the back legs. Makes it look a little more realistic. Let's get into that face. All right, so just like our human face, if you want, you can start by dividing the face up. And then let's put in a line for the top of the nose and sketch in that nose. That nose starts as a triangle, but then you're going to cut in with his little nostrils. Like so. All right, and then you're going to come down from that nose into an upside down V for his mouth. And these right here are where his little whiskers go. So if you want to start to put those in, those are going to be some little lines of dots, and you'll draw the whiskers out from there. And then he's got a little bit of a chin, a little bit down there. All right, so from his nose, we can draw up for like sort of the bridge of his nose, and then we can work into his eyes. Now the cat's eyes are a little more slanted like this than human eyes. So let's start with the top like this, half a rainbow, or I guess that's a whole rainbow, and then finish like this. See how nice and slanted the eye looks? Let's do the other one. If you don't get this right on the first try, don't give up. It's really sometimes tricky to get eyes to match. So you just do it again. See how nice and lightly I'm drawing so I can make my corrections if I need to. Let's put in the beginning of his pupils and leave a little area for shine right there. All right, my cat's looking pretty good. I'm gonna put some details in his ears. This comes up and around and then swoops down, and he's got fur in front of his ears here, like so. I like to kind of start to draw some of that fur in. This is a nice straight side and then comes up and around, and they have that little foldy part over here. I don't know what that's called. And I like to keep my lines nice and light, because I'm trying to get that sort of furriness that a cat has. If I want to start to like sketch in the fur, I can do that. I darken his eyes here. I'm going to start to put in, a lot of cats have this, it's like an M shape that their stripes make. I don't know if you have a cat, you can look and see. A lot of times they have that M right there. And then they have sort of like eyeliner coming off their eyes. They have a little stripe coming off their eyes. And this cat that I'm drawing has a little white on his face, so his stripes kind of come down this way. I'm going to do a little more detail on his eyes, make them look a little bigger, and shade in some of them. I love cats' eyes. They're just beautiful, aren't they? And this kind of flows right into here. All right, let's do this one. Now, if you have a cat at home, it could be really fun to try to draw them. I don't have a cat, so I'm looking at a picture to help me. But if you have a cat and you can watch your cat like while it's taking a nap, that is a perfect thing for you to draw. All right, I'm just going to put a few more little lines in here. Okay, now when we work our way down, you could, of course, spend a lot of time looking at that cat's fur and sketching out. I'm going to make my cat look a little happier just by moving that, giving him a little bit of a smile. But I'm going to take my pencil and do some of that fur coming down. All right, I'm not going to do this whole thing right now, but I am going to show you when we get to the bottom here, you want to separate out your kitty cat's toes, like so. That's the back foot there. Separate out those toes. You can spend a lot of time putting in these details and making your cat look perfect. And I would love to see what you draw. I think cats might be one of my favorite animals to draw. And his little tail comes out and then it overlaps in the front because it's curling around. So you want that overlap part to go over the back part. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed drawing with Mrs. Mills. I hope you enjoyed drawing a cat. And I can't wait to see what else you draw. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.